for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for set to do battle with the Chicago Bears. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Set. 60 outlaw. Here we go, dude. Here I come. Here I come.
On first and 10, here's Locke. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Sutton is part of a good young receiving core for the Broncos. They liked Sutton enough last year. They traded away Demaryius Thomas, if you remember, halfway through the season. And Sutton, he responded. Rookie campaign, had over 700 yards, 42 catches for the man from Brenham, Texas, which is located halfway between Houston and Austin. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now. Roquan Smith, fresh off a solid rookie campaign, in on the tackle for Chicago.
At the 35-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Now Locke throwing on second down. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Let's go. 15 line. 15 line. Protein spill. Hey, zoom. Hit it.
On first down, Locke. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So into Bear territory now. This is first and 10 at the 42-yard line. On first and 10, it's Lindsey. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. On second down, here's Locke. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 30. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. So first and 10 now from the 30. On first down, it's Lindsey. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Eddie Goldman with a sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Eddie Goldman in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll run with a 3rd-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch them?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Todd Davis, the Broncos' leading tackler last year, up to make the stop.
Sit up. 180. Check my 47. Man, let's get some penetration here.
Trubisky going to take it on the sneak. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
First down.
Sit up. 180. 47. It's been a long day for you.
This time, Trubisky will throw. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Trubisky gives to Cohen. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And Robinson with a big catch. Give him 30 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. First down, a run with Cohen. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the Broncos' 22-yard line.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Flushed out right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's go.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. The completion to Riddick. Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down.
6-6, pull it high.
Riddick with a carry. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
And the Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0. Our score.
Keep playing hard.
A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now left side on the swing pass. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Here's Locke. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's end.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. After the turnover, here's Locke. He's going to fire one deep over. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Get up! 180! Alert! Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Tight dog. You draw quarter. Switch. Ran, up.
Now Trubisky on first down. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Trubisky connecting with Burton here over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
It's 3rd down and 5 yards to go.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky. Gets this to his running back, Torrey Cohen. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally, because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cohen. And he's got room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And the Bears first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Trubisky. They'll find Miller. That's complete. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Cohen. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Davis, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have taken the lead. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check 13. Check 13.
They'll go again with Lindsey. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. Well, we talked about Philip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018. The Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Philip Lindsay.
No gain on this defense. No gain.
From the gun on 3rd down. Block. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, running with Cohen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Cohen. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Throwing here, Trubisky. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Credit the sack to Von Miller.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in a game, you're thinking, must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Lock now on 1st down. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Set, ready? 15, Ronnie. 15 line.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos 1st down.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. To throw it is Locke. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
This is Cohen. And some space here. And nothing but daylight ahead. A huge play there for Chicago. 62 yards.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Another try after the first down sack. Trubisky. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Rolling, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This from 44 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line. Look at the big man rumble. The 40, the 30, past the 20.
Sometimes you're never quite sure there's actually scheme that got the ball blocked. But I know one thing. The special teams coach, he's going to take the pats on the back for it anyway.
It's always interesting to watch after the block, the scramble for the football. Nice job there. They kept their wherewithal, got it, able to return it.
And on that, he can take the pats on the back because once you get the block, everything that happens from there is really controlled chaos. And you try and control it through your practice, through your teaching, and understand, expect to get the block. And once we do, this is how we respond. In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
A big spot now for the rookie Locke. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Locke to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming.
A 29-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. The tackle made by Todd Davis. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. On 2nd and 9, Trubisky looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. Throwing now is Trubisky. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. It's taken to the 26. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. They're going to clock a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Got it.
Locke now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Locke now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lock. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Denver. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trubisky to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is going to be intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They try again with Cohen. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off, but in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos throws. It's a sack. Von Miller, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. This will go for 5 up to the 33. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, it's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
From the 36, Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. Over the middle, complete. It's Burton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Get up! 180!
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Lorenzo Alexander wreaking the defensive havoc. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Watch the safety creep. Alert, 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 alert.
Here's Trubisky to throw. This one out left to the tight end, Burton. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down.
Here we go, D. Here I come. Go team, spill. Here I come again. Bang, 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 bang. Shit. Alert, 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 alert. Yes.
They go play action with Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. Binds, and a big loss here as he's taken down. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Here we go, set. 90, Wolf.
Stop your run.
Hey, Wahoo. 44, Mike, 44. There's a corner now. Let's go hit it.
On first down, Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face. Good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready? Ready?
Locke will try again on second down. Steps away to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Aaron Lynch in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a